Yo, I love this song. I swear, the energy, the tape, the craziness. Yo, it's carnival. The power soca, they're powering. Trust me, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I think it's safe to say that a power soca is alive and well. It's safe. We got that. So now let's work on some more groovies. Give me some 100, some 102 BPM, and I'll be totally satisfied. That's not asking for too much, right? Since that we got the power where it's supposed to be and it's doing what it's supposed to do, just take me down a little bit now and get me in the 100, 102, 105, 110. Yeah, we got the 130 because we love speed on this rock. Even when we're groovy, we're still going full speed, 130. Still, I'd love to get a 100, a 105, a 110 kind of BPM style of groove. Who's going to be the first one to do that? I think we have a couple, not a lot. Not a lot. Because y'all don't like going that slow. But I'd love Juice and all those who do groovy. Take us down, all right? Anyways, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the room. It is Monday, June 3rd. Welcome to June already. 3 days gone in a new month. 3 days already. Y'all know what time it is? January, February, March, April, May, June. Halfway through the year already. Yeah, 6 months in the year already. Just goes to show time waits on no one. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Welcome everybody. Roxanne, you're very early. Good morning. Morning, Betty Ann. Where's Shantae this morning? I did not get the notification that she wasn't gonna be here. So I'm gonna need somebody to step up and help me do. Where is Jack? Today's a holiday in the States or something? Where is people in them? Where them people this morning? Anywho's. Oh, she there? Oh, okay. Alright. Jacqueline, help me out. I have a lot to see this morning. A lot. Anyways, let's get to the order of the day. Morning, Betty Ann. Morning, Irvin. Glendolyn, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Morning, Marianne. Kizzy Thomas, good morning. Yeah, Roxanne was waiting by the first play button. Morning. Kizzy Thomas, morning, Hermelin. Terrence Wells, aka Dr. Strokes, is in the building. I have a bone to pick with you, but let me just allow you for today, because I know what's going on with you these days. Whatever piece of tabanca you have that made you not come to track, deal with it. Morning, Linda. Morning, Jenny Kutain. I'm not seeing dollars yet. Good morning, Janique. Good morning, Isha. Good morning, Maureen, Ingrid. Good morning, Jackie Douglas, Adams, Pascal. Well, you want me to leave out the Pascal? You're stressed? Things ain't bright? What's going on with you? Morning, Giads. Morning, Rita. Good morning, Christopher Thomas Raybon. Welcome to the room. Melvin Brown. What up, bro? Happy Monday. You have stressed. Okay, whatever. Thought you had problems. You don't. Good morning, Lou. Good morning, Jellyanne. Charmaine. Good morning, Valerie. Keisha, good morning. Shantae here? Okay, Shantae get to work. It's a day off of we in bed? Alright. Good morning, Anasha. Good morning to the Browns. Queen Bee, good morning. Nerissa, pumping power. Lisa, no, I'm just asking because I didn't see a couple people that's usually here very early, so I was wondering. Because you know how it is these days. Anyways, morning, Sherilyn. Good morning, Naya. Interview which gal, Z? Naya, don't get me started, because all you do is put people on heights. Up to now, I hear you and reach on the stage yet, but Crave is in the list of things to talk about. You know, on Monday we talk. We have like a callaloo soup. So let me get this pleasantries over with, because I have a lot on my plate to deal with this morning. Morning, Fatima. Morning, Lydia James. Shout out all my peeps in Canada. Good morning, Vanessa, Michelle, Nikita. Who am I missing? Two Michelles here this morning. Michelle Douglas, Michelle Charles. Good morning, Makisha, Sania. Good morning, Lovell. Les Felix, good morning. Been a minute. Haven't seen you around these parts. Hope you're good though. Wendy, good morning. Anushka, good morning. Yo, I swear Anushka reminds me of myself sometimes. Anushka be having whole conversations with herself, and the bad part is she also answers. Sometimes Anushka will be posting stuff and I'm like, what is she talking about today? But she be having a whole conversation by herself over there. You don't even need to join in. She be making posts and having. I'm like, what? Yo, madness really runs in that family. With you, Pepsi, and the other one, the big belly one, the driving boss. I swear, all you have, y'all own little mental issues going on over there. And then the tall one with the dreads, it's another one. All of y'all have a touch. Y'all have a touch of something. I don't know what it is, but y'all have it. Morning, Simone. Anyways, so I'm jumping right into it this morning. Who come. Y'all late, y'all late. Share the live, y'all. Everybody that's already here, if you share the live, other people will get the notification and according to as Lava was saying, the other tall one, yeah, you Lava singing about Kevin, what did you hear? What did you what did you see me, Kevin? Big morning. Kevin says, what kind of gunman music I was listening to in this one? Listen. I like hardcore dancehall. Don't blame me. Don't judge me. I get a vibe from it. I be in my own little world. Hey, Judy. So yeah, I have a video clip to play, and I'm getting into playing these clips because I think it adds to the conversation, and I'm gonna end with it. It's to do with an event that took place in Trinidad on the weekend with was it Redemption? Some sort of show featuring a lot of reggae artists. Yeah, Supercat passed through, and Trinidadians had the same problem with Supercat. But Sizzler and the likes was there, and Sizzler made some really good points that I want to share with you guys. Hearing reports of a man has died following a hit and run on the Morris Bishop Highway this morning. I picked that up from Mikey. Morning, Mikey. So I guess later on we'll have more information, but whoever it is, just want to extend condolences to the family of that person who died following a hit and run incident on the Morris Bishop Highway this morning. People don't realize, like, sometimes when you do these things, you make it worse for you, right? Because if you're involved in an accident, the right thing to do is to stop, make sure, call the police, or whatever the case might be, check, don't move or anything, but just stop. Because when you hit and you run, when they find you, you're gonna have to face other charges if you're in the wrong. Because sometimes it's not even your fault. I see people do it all the time, and sometimes I literally be mashing brake in my head when I see it. Sometimes from all the way up, before you get to the bottom of the stretch, you see people standing in the thing in the middle, looking up, looking to cross the road, and I'm like, we really, really need to do something about that Morris Bishop Highway. If it's a walk over or something, but people be taking chances, trying to cross on the Morris Bishop Highway. People really do take chances, and I hope that we look at something like that in the not too distant future. I want to start off with events. On the weekend, we had Crave, and I was kind of privy to a conversation. I was minding my business, but I overheard the conversation while in the line at the supermarket on Friday. And the two people having the conversation, when they looked back and they saw me, and I literally shook my head, so they realized I heard, and I couldn't care one way or the other. If y'all, when did we get in the habit of wishing that people fail, or hoping, or putting bad energy on people's events, and you hope it busts because such and such person just play this and that, and they doing this and that with money? And why would you put that out in the atmosphere, that wishing for people to fail for whatever reason? When did we get that way? Like, even if you have thoughts, you keep it to yourself, but to be in an open like a supermarket and having a conversation about somebody, y'all spirit are like, what is wrong with wishing people well these days? Like, because what we don't realize is that once somebody puts on an event, right, you're not the only one benefiting. The spin-off is more than the person. Sometimes if you were to look sharp, why am I getting this feedback? You were to look sharp, sometimes the people who benefit sometimes benefits more than the actual person who puts on the event. Because you who probably doing vending, or you have taxi service, or you have a barber or a hair salon or a boutique or what have you. Yeah, you have your taxes and whatever to pay. But somebody putting on an event, and we like to check people money and not understand that it's not just a big crowd. A lot of times we sit on the sideline and we count people money before they even make it or before they even have it, not understanding VAT, you have to pay workers, you have to pay performers, you have to pay band, you have to pay DJs. Even before that, you have to pay for advertisements, somebody doing flyers. There's so much that you have to pay for. You have to pay service providers. People, well, if you have a VIP or whatever, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for the food. There's a lot that you have to pay for even before the event. And sometimes, by the time you finish pay for it, that and what you have at the end of the show or the event is nothing. That and nothing is the same. But a lot of people, they put on events because of the love or the fans. But especially in these cocoonious times, people are hard pressed to do events because it's a lot. It takes a lot from you. And it's really mean spirited, and I know we use the word a lot, sometimes it's overused, but in this instance, bad mind fits perfectly when we see somebody trying. How would you wish failure on somebody trying as opposed to somebody doing nothing and stretching out a hand, give me $1? And especially now in this climate that we live in, times are hard everywhere. I'm not sure if y'all are paying attention. That's my next topic. But to wish failure on somebody's event for whatever reason, that's not nice. That is not nice at all. Y'all, we could do better. You don't have to like a person to wish them well. Because sometimes we see the so-called glory, but we don't see the hard work and sacrifices people put into doing things. And a lot of the times, people do out of pocket to make events successful. And it's not just a crowd. Don't go into an event and look at the crowd and say, yeah, he or she made money. That's not all there is to it. Also look at the spin-off, like I said, the other people who benefit, the vendors, the people who come out and sell the food and drinks and whatever the case might be to feed their families. Y'all just need to stop. Just wish people well and keep it pushing. You don't have to like me, you don't have to nothing with me, but just wish people well and keep it moving. That's all. It's not that hard. It's pretty easy. Because I, for one, I don't know how people are concerned about people that you don't like and you have a problem with. I wish I had that time to be concerned about people that I don't like. You get no energy from me if I feel a type of way about you. None whatsoever. I don't want to know what you're doing, who you're doing. I care zero. I don't see you. I don't go on your page. I don't go asking about you. I want nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to see nothing if I'm not dealing with you. But I guess that's just me. Coloramel, good morning. Says if we supported each other and added to what we have, we would be much further as a people, but we have a social norm of beating down anyone who dares to do better and dream bigger. That's true. That is true. Shante, you're late and you ain't even thank nobody, but you're here making comments about Naya and she non-appearance. I hope she can get paid for that. Hype up social media, and up to now reach on stage for when show done. I hear she on stage doing song check to end the show. Never hear that in my life. But yeah, and in light of, other events who have not done so well, there are other artists who put on their events and they probably didn't do as well compared to years before. What a lot of people aren't realizing, and I've seen certain people saying it and other people trying to downplay it. Sometimes we have to take our heads out of the sand and be realistic and maybe listen to the news more. Pay attention to other places, what's happening, and you realize it's not a Grenada thing, but the world is actually going through some tough times. People aren't spending like they used to, and if you see a man out doing something, it's because he jam a chain somewhere and decide, let me squeeze something. Y'all have to be living under a rock to not realize that things are hard. And as always, we always throw politics in the mix and whatever. It has nothing to do with government per se, but it is happening. And even when I wrote this, as a matter of fact, since yesterday I made some of the points I wanted to talk about this morning, when I came in here this morning, put on the TV, first thing I noticed on NBC, they were talking about why some major artists are suddenly canceling shows and in some cases entire tours. And you want to know what some of the reasons were? The major reasons were people are not buying tickets. And they were talking about artists who would sell out arenas, who will sell out stadiums. Now they're not able to fill half of it. So they have to cancel shows and in some cases, entire tours. If you think I'm lying, go look at NBC News. Just do a search and typing why are major artists canceling events. So it's not a Grenada thing. As a matter of fact, what they're saying, after COVID, what happened is that based from the lockdown, people were inside and, you weren't really spending money then. So, you were locked up, you didn't have anywhere to go. And what happened is after the restrictions are lifted, everybody was just outside like mad ants. Like crazy ants, you throw some sugar down and you just see them coming out of. So people were just outside spending what they sort of hoarded for that period of not going out to eat, not going out to party. So people just went crazy. First events, people who held events at those particular times, they made money because people were just out. We were just happy to be outside because we were cooped up for so long, we just wanted to be outside. So they're saying that, a series of tour cancellations and changes by big name artists has sparked questions about whether the post-pandemic music boom could be cooling as consumer spending fatigue meets elevated ticket prices, etc. And one of the main reasons they're quoting as to why these artists have to cancel shows, they're saying people don't have the money to buy the tickets. The people are not spending money. People are deciding on what's important and what's not right now. And for a lot of people, spending top dollars to see an artist is just not. They say at a time when many consumers are struggling to pay for basic necessities, people are seeing some of the prices and some of these events that they're asking and just saying hard pass. They're going to have to pass on it. So it's not just here. It's happening all over the world. And I always make the point of not so long ago being able, you go to the US and be like, I'm going to pack 2 barrels. 1,000 US got you 2 nicely packed barrels with some of everything that you can think about. Some of everything. Try that now. Try that now. You barely could pack 1 good barrel, and you have not included shipping and nothing in that as yet. $1,000 plus you had changed to pack, to post those 2 barrels out of that same $1,000. And he says, right now, I prefer to spend money on a good meal than a session. People are picky with where they are spending their money. You're not just spending what you don't have, Vike, just to say you're outside. Inflation, cost of living is high all over the world, and Grenada is no exception. I went into the supermarket to pick up 4 things. And when the lady told me $80-something, I'm looking at her, she's looking at me. You would swear I couldn't pay for it the way I looked at her in shock. And she just smiled and shook her head because she understood why I was shocked. You go last week, you'll see something for $5. You come back this week, it's $8. Not even a 5-cent jump or a 10 cent or at 50 cents, you'll see $5, $5.50. No, $8. That coupled with people who put on events while social media doing what it's supposed to do, it can't do it alone. They both work. You both need to work both of them together. There are people who say, well, I didn't know this event was on. I didn't hear this event was on. Where was it? Nope, it wasn't. I'm not saying that you have to put it on power. There's hundreds of radio stations. You can choose wherever you want to put it. But marketing is super important as well when putting on an event. But of course, if you come to power, even better. But I'm just saying. Anyways, cost of living is high. So people, they don't have that sort of spending power. The little you have, you're holding on to it for dear life. And choosing where you're going. And most of the times what you're going to find leading up to Carnival, the week before Carnival, is when you're going to see people really outside because they've saved and put aside, okay, I'm going to this event, I'm going to that event. So you also have to be technical with when you put on an event, do the research, do the homework, and don't just think, okay, well, people are going to follow me, come because not everybody ain't created equal. All man jack can get away with doing that. Some will, because especially the folks up in the north, they would go to $1 million. If you have another grave next week, they go in again. Because it's that sort of, love and support they have. Not every artist commands that. So don't think because I'm Tom Jack and you see Jill doing it, I'm going to get away with it. You also have to factor in that as well. Pay attention to what's happening. People can't be outside every week. We'd love to, but the way things going, you can't. Every Monday morning is a bill. And he says admission prices are just insane at the moment. Not knocking the hustle, but still it's crazy. If admission prices were lower, I still believe people would spend at the bar. I think that's true. But like I said, like the things you have to do prior. Now, I really wish I could have a conversation with somebody from the Ministry of Finance. Because one, right? Especially when it's Carnival season, you have to pay, based on my understanding, you have to pay Spice Mass Corporation to host an event, plus you have to pay your VAT, plus you have to pay service providers. So what people are doing, and everybody raising it, you have to pay for stage, you have to pay for sound, you have to pay for light. So back in the day when we used to get a little $40 event, when was the last time you're going to an event for $40? Remember when we used to go in party for $20? I remember going in Baines up a level for $5. $5 to go in party, and you're partying from 8 o'clock, and them times you're going to party early, 5 o'clock, and it's at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're jamming still. You could go and party back in the day with $40 and you're nice. You buy 2 drink. You buy waters down by Ijaman downstairs. Managed waters by Ijaman for $5. Molly or corn or chicken and chips for $5. That's 10. And you still have another 20 to play with. Or 25, depending on how much you charge. If they charge 10 on the door or 15. You still had change. When last you hear about Dollar Jam and them thing and them? So imagine having to, as much as you would love to put on an event and put it at a $40 so you can break even. Sometimes all you want to do is just break even. You aren't looking for no big profit margin, just break even. You can't. Because the overheads will kill you. You will have to take out a loan to pay for it or pay out of pocket. The amount you have to pay for VAT, the amount you have to pay for plus you have to pay to Spice Mass, plus yes, like I said, you have to pay service providers, plus you have to pay. Mr. Ray, next time come early so you'll know what I'm talking about. Don't come in here late and waltz in here with your frock and asking questions. Find out from somebody in the room who, if they're willing to bring you up to speed. Strolling in here 29 past 11 and asking about who's she talking. As I was saying. So yeah. We really, we're not going to get back to no $40 event anytime soon. We used to go on boat ride for $40. The most you'll get $50 if they include piece of, as my friend would say, piece of barbecue in it. When last you go on any boat ride for $40? You don't get that anymore. Because, like I said, if you want to break even or make some little... You have to you have to price your tickets in order to make a little profit. Otherwise, you're doing it for a hobby. Then you put it on fit for people to enjoy at your expense. You might as well say everybody bring a bottle and bring some food and everybody contribute $1 and we go put up a DJ and we just have a time and everybody go at their home and go their way rejoicing. But that is what's killing a lot of events, the overheads. Narissa says when you buy a ticket here, they charge additional fees for venue and service. So a $90 ticket becomes $110 before taxes. And it's not going back. It's not going down. It's HST. Judy, what is HST? What does that stand for? Job, you need a job fit. These guys do that free bush job up in Willis. What do you call the place? I take my fastest and go here. But it was nice though. It was like under the cocoa. Came on like them place on them. Came on, don't tell us about it, me. What was the name of that? What was the name? What's the name of the place up in Willis? Where they used on a Sunday they used to have who is this Kingdale clerk that come in here with this dotish question? Canadian tax. Okay. Let me block you. You know, is there some sick person coming out? Coming with the it's a next tax. So there's tax everywhere. If you buy your tickets online, there are also additional charges. So we said 1,000 can pack barrel no more. I'm telling you, you can't. So it's everywhere. It's happening everywhere. So no matter how much you try to defend it, times are hard. And it's nothing government go, government come, whatever it is. The entire world is going through it right now. People are struggling, but some just manage to make their struggles look good and they don't complain. But people are going through a rough time. So if you see one event doing good, you don't know how long people have been saving up. Don't use that as an excuse. Oh, I thought all you say things hard and things bad. A lot of the times it's an escape for people. They decide where they're going to go to free up their mind. Otherwise, they're going to stay home and stress and become depressed and become mental cases. So we can't use one event and say, oh, well, I thought all you say they can't. No, sometimes you watch people squeeze to buy a ticket to go in an event because of love for that particular artist or that particular event. We can't use one and say, okay, well, we ain't doing bad. Look how many people was in this and how many people was in that. Did you see them at all the other? If we were doing good, every event would be filled. That is an indication that we're not doing well. If that wasn't the case, every event prior to that, every lunch, every this, every that will be filled to capacity. But people are picking and choosing now where to go. And you know what I realize about us? We hypocrite bad on this rock, eh? And it ain't getting better anytime soon, regardless of who come, who go, who stay, who went. And you want to know why I say that? I'm on my next topic, and then I have one more. I saw a picture circulating on Facebook about some police station that's stuff falling from the roof or whatever, but it's in a bad state. I don't know who is the originator, who posted it first, but it's circulating. And now it's like Everybody's just supposed to sing from the same Sankey, how old people used to say. Everybody's just supposed to clap along and sing merrily, merrily. And if you see something, don't say nothing. As long as it's not good, don't say nothing. Why? Why do we always see things as an attack on a government or whoever you support? Why is it? And it's the hypocrisy that bothers me. Like sometimes I just write status and make videos, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have the energy today. I'm in my soft girl era. I'm in my peace area. I'm not about to go down this Emmanuel Road with some of y'all because it could go left quickly. But I just want to say this. Regardless of who go, who went, who came, who stayed, this is our rock, right? And whether somebody has agenda, no agenda, at the end of the day, if it needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed. It doesn't take away from the fact it needs to be fixed. I could not care less who was there, who been there, who going there, who come in here. I could not care less. If it needs to be fixed, it needs to be fixed, and then we move on. Why we have to be on social media beating up on people and defending things that are right in front of us? It's not like the present-day government went in there and took a hammer and mashed it up. It deteriorated over time. That's what happens. Even when you own your home, over time you have to do repairs. Wear and tear, weather. If you're not maintaining it, of course, it's going to deteriorate at a faster pace. So now that we've identified the problem, let us deal with the problem and move on. Why we have to be jumping up and down like chicken without head about who didn't see before and then who was there before? That's the direction we're going for the rest of the season. Like we just need to... We're just going to spend the rest of the, however much years left, or whoever come again, or whoever stay, we're just going to use, it's been 3 going on 3 years now. I think it's time that we started looking at country. These are brothers, these are sisters, these are fellow Grenadians that's working in those deplorable conditions. And if you were working in a place that is falling apart, you would want it fixed. Without all the, oh, who was there and who shoulda, coulda, woulda. Listen. Let's stop. A roof ain't rotten in a day. Over time it does. And if somebody don't maintain it, of course it's going to fall apart. We seriously need to just stop. Like, it's like... What's the name of it? Maho? Yes, Nazir, Maho. Take me fastness and open Maho, Papa. Under the cocoa, yes? Well, it'll be nice and cool, though. I would go there again. So we need to seriously get it together. It doesn't matter who's there. And yes, you could support something, but it's also okay to say, yes, it needs to be sorted out. It needs to be fixed without defending it. Overnight, some of y'all just become defenders. And when the other people were doing it for their people, y'all had a problem. No, you doing it for your people, you have a problem with the people having a problem with you. we okay? Like, everything okay with us up here? We okay? Because at this point, it's like sometimes we need to get, you know, Glenda Hartford, because the police station is not your home. It is a public place filled with public servants who are doing the job of the country. But you would not put your broken house on Facebook. So why? Listen, Jesus. Glenna, have a nice day. Father. Further along, you'll understand why, Glenna. Further along. Further along, you would understand why. Maybe not today, but I don't have the energy today to make you understand. Emperor says they fail to realize if any government failed, Grenada failed. Exactly. We have to stop looking at everything through political lenses and just look at it as for Grenada. For instance, people do not care about the problem. They care about an agenda and personal biases. And just trying to explain this to... this. You see, sometimes that's why you just have to smile and wave, because you just can't reason with some people. It's hard to reason with people when they don't see past certain things. It's like y'all are jaundice, or y'all have, I don't know, like once is that you see. Father, help. Send police if you can. Judy, exactly why I pass certain topics straight, because it's hard to reason, and that's one of my biggest things. That's why you see I don't do back and forth on social media. I post my thing and I move along. I post things for people to laugh at and I move along, because the back and forth can be draining, because it's like somebody put in 6 and a 9 and you saying that's a 6 and the person saying that's a 9, depending on what position you put it in. So you spend the whole day back and forth going, that's a 6 and that's a 9, and nobody will stop and say, okay, let me look and see let me look at it from a different angle or from a different perspective, that it probably could be a 6 or it probably could be a 9 based on how you hold it up. But no, everybody just wants to hold from to this is a 6 and that is a 9 and you can tell me nothing and that's it, and we just go back and forth for the entirety. But I ain't doing no 6 and 9. You just have to say okay to some people because they just don't get it. Sania, and that's true. Haven't you guys realized that a lot of the times when things are brought to the public, it gets sorted quickly? Look at the same hole behind the police station where that child met his untimely demise. That septic tank that was left covered. Pass back there now and tell me if it's still uncovered. Like, some of our letters are sense and act as though y'all went to school on the first Monday in August. Y'all remember that hole, that septic tank that was left uncovered. And that child wandered out, fell into it, and died. The next day, and people were saying it was there long before. We have a habit of waiting until something happened. We're always reactive and we're never proactive on this rock. We always react, oh, they should have done that. Oh, everybody after the incident happened. Oh, why they didn't do it? And then everybody coming out, oh, it was like that for years. Oh, it was like that for months and yada, yada, yada. Soon as the incident happened, full speed, it was sorted out the next day. We're always reactive. So my thing is, whether it started deteriorating 5 years ago, 20 years ago, the point now is it has reached to a point where it needs to be fixed. So whoever is responsible, let's just get it fixed. And let's just encourage them to fix it faster. That's not a condition anybody wants to work under. And that's it. No blame, no finger pointing. It needs to be fixed, and let's fix it. Anyways, we move. Let me see how much time I have. Let me do my last one. Somebody see Bobby Ramesh? Patrick, good morning. I hear you reach home after 6 from Crave yesterday, Bobby. Bobby, you need to do better in your life, you know. Why you reach home after 6? From Crave that ended, what, 6 o'clock in the morning? Anywho's. Like I say, government can change, but unless we change our mindsets, same-ish, different day. No matter how much we change, no matter how much we like who's there, and no matter how much they're doing well or not, whatever, unless we change our mindsets about a lot of things, it's going to be same-ish, different day. Doesn't matter. And in this era we live in, once you put something out into the social media atmosphere, it gets done. It gets sorted out, it gets fixed. And that goes for literally everything. If you want action, make it public. If nobody knows about it, okay, well, whatever. But once you put it out there, bet your bottom dollar is going to see some action. So a lot of the time, not everything is done in malice, or not everything is done because you want to bring down what? If you're working towards bringing down a government, you're working towards bringing down our country, how can we elevate? How can we do better? How can we grow? How can we prosper? If we have to look at everything as with some hidden agenda or hidden motives, or they want to bring down, if you speak, you're bringing down. And I wouldn't be surprised if they take this conversation here and use it as, oh, she against the government, or she's one of them, or she's this. Y'all can call me whatever, just don't call me collect. But the point remains that something needs to be done. Let's just get it done and move on. That's all there is to it. We don't need to go back and forth about everything. Not everything requires defending. If it's falling apart, it's falling apart. You don't need to defend it's falling apart, or why it's falling apart. The bottom line is it's falling apart and it needs to be sorted out. At least that's the way I see it. We just like unnecessary stress. We don't like peace. We just like problems. We just like problems. Y'all don't like peace. Just get it done and we all enjoy it and we all move along. The end. I never meet a nation like Jab Soup. Listen. We love our fed. We love our fed. And I saw from, I think it was how some of the videos posted on Beijing Tool, the reaction to how Grenadians party, and people were amazed. I don't know why they're still amazed. So, a couple of years ago, the lady from Canada there, when she posted how Grenadians was rolling mud and what, when I think it was White in the Moonlight or some white event, and rain fell on the wet ground and people were just rolling and having a good time. People here fed differently. People here fed differently. And other Caribbean islands, they are definitely looking on. So, for the past couple, final word, for the past couple, last 2 weekends, it has been relatively quiet. Thank God for small mercies. No gun violence to report on. Haven't heard. I don't know. No, Selvon. Listen, Lydia. It's a vagrants and all raise the begging fee. They don't ask you for $1 anymore. One stopped me going to the food place Thursday, and I honestly only had $1 because these days you get so comfortable paying with this card thing, and it's a bad habit. People, you also need to hold a little change in. I realize it's a bad habit. I have to break it out. Walking around with this card because sometimes card don't work every time. You go to place, you pay, ready to pay, and then you hear, miss the machine and working, and you're standing there, the person and looking at you, and you're looking at them, and you'll have $1 in your purse, and they can't help you, and they won't give you it unless you pay. Sometimes when you reach by the cashier, ring up everything, and then trying card is not working, machine down, internet sticking, all sorts of stories. The gentleman with the big stuff, you all know which one, asked me for $1, asked me for money to buy something to eat. So I honestly had $1 and I think like 20 cents in my pocket. Took it out and gave it to the gentleman, and he's asking me what he's supposed to buy with that. Huh? That can buy lunch. Say, sir, have a good day. That's all I have at the moment. I'm sure if you ask other people, one and one will add up. He asked me what I could buy. What do you mean what I could buy? That can buy a lunch. Like, how is me? Like, I need to get rid of this red hair. It's like, how is me? That's what I had. Tell me what I could buy. That's what I had at the time. So I'm thinking he asked other people, he's gonna, they're gonna make a contribution, and they're asking for 5 on up these days. They don't want no. We're talking about me and making my headphone fall out my head. Yeah, they don't want no $1 again. You on your own with that. And you can't blame them too, because you can't remember back in the day you used to get a bag of plum when plum in season for $1. Plum is $2 and up now, Papa. 5 plum in a bag for $2. And y'all talking about things and hard? Mr. Ramesh, you okay? You recovered? You drinking water? You hydrated this morning? You can go do your work today? You're strolling in according to Selvon for the amen. You could do the closing prayer, Ramesh. Thank you very much for coming, and you could leave now because we're about to leave. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to save the Sizzler thing for tomorrow, because I think that's a whole conversation by itself. So I don't want to rush it. All right, so we're going to... No, Bobby reached home 6 o'clock from Crave and asking, yes, and have the audacity to ask, say he didn't realize yesterday was Sunday. Oh, you realized yesterday Sunday after you reach home 6 o'clock and then you sleep out the rest of your drunken state. You don't even know what today is, according to the famous line going around. You wake up whole day yesterday, your bottom lip hanging. So how would you know what today is, Bobby? Bob, your body, how much pounds you weighing wet? Like 100? So if you dry, you're about 85 pounds? How your body taking all that liquor? I always wonder, like, because you're like this. How your body take up, handle it? Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for checking in. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much, Western Union and Western Union and Beacon, for powering up our ladies' room. And we'll be back same time, same place for another show tomorrow. So we'll start off with the sizzler. I already have it 160 pounds dry away. Bobby, you're past 120 pounds. Anyways, guys, happy Monday. Be safe, be careful. All right.
Ladies Room comes to you compliments of Renwick and Thompson Limited and Beacon Insurance.
New customers, for a limited time and in celebration of our 50 years of independence, you can get a $50 gas voucher free with your policy when you sign up for any of